fees, and they may sound funny, effluent fees, pesticidal fees, environmental fees. There's a particular state, not Bayelsa, thank God, where there are 8 different government agencies that are taxing infrastructure that is just 10 square meters, 8 different agencies. When it comes to right-of-way, laying the fiber to schools, if you're talking about teaching primary school students, secondary school students, if you give them iPads and tablets, they can't do it. They're just glorified typewriters without internet connection. So that fiber optic is so important. The right-of-way that is charged right now is exorbitant. Some states charge as much as 6 million naira per kilometer. So that means that if you're trying to put fiber in a state like Yanagwa, you need about 100 kilometers or so for metro fiber. That means that before you've even done anything at all, you've paid 1 billion naira. Nothing at all. So what we're asking, first of all, the first step is to make it easy for us to build that infrastructure. And that is by doing things like getting rid of all these obstacles, telling us that one state agency will collect all the fees and levies for anything to do with ICT. So we're not dealing with environment and works and everybody, just one state agency.
Now let me intervene again. That is done.
It is wrong. Okay.
That is granted. That is done. One agency will deal with all these issues from now on.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Go to the next.
Excellent. Thank you. We're also asking, Your Excellency, Bayelsa State is you're a rich state. You get a lot of derivation.
No, we're not. That's the wrong perspective.
We want you to waive the cost of right-of-way for 2 years. Just waive that cost and let us put in this fiber optic. So the first step, Your Excellency, is infrastructure. And what it does is that it makes you more competitive. Because what wasn't said, when you talked about tourism, what attracts companies to a particular state or city now, in this globalization era we're into, is whether or not you have good ICT infrastructure. When tourists come to Bayelsa, they want an internet connection. They want Wi-Fi. They can communicate, they can Skype, they can do Facebook with their friends all over the world. If they come somewhere and they're totally disconnected, they don't want to come. So that is one step where you can actually attract investments and attract people to come to Bayelsa. The second thing, Your Excellency, and you're doing I would just say that you're doing all the right things. The second thing is that capacity. If you're trying to create a Silicon Valley in Bayelsa State, I've been to Silicon Valley, I went in for the first time. What strikes you about Silicon Valley is the skills. You need to have skills and you need to have that entrepreneurship mentality. And so building those ICT skill centers are very important, where you teach people how to develop software. And you're not just talking about any old software. You give them the highest level of skills possible, and that's very important. And what that also does is that it attracts investments. When you're coming to invest, they have ICT infrastructure? Yes. Do they have people that I can employ who understand ICT, who have the skills? Yes, that's another tick. So investing in the skills, ICT skills of your citizens is also extremely important. The third thing is around funding. And that is really where, as state governments, we focus very much on SMEs, and that's very good. And we have all these funds that are going to SMEs. Many of these funds, we need to look at them as not just money that we're giving out to young Bayelsans. We need to create jobs that are sustainable. So I would encourage you, Your Excellency, if you can invest, just take a portion of money and invest it in a venture capital fund. And you can say to the fund manager that this amount of money should be dedicated to ICT entrepreneurs in Bayelsa State. And what you're doing, Your Excellency, is that you're taking a risk on a young Bayelsan. Because when you look at the Bill Gates, the Mark Zuckerberg, these are young people that somebody took a risk on them. And Facebook, Twitter, what are these? These are just simple applications that have become some of the biggest businesses we have in the world today. Yeah. So it is possible that a young Bayelsan who is supported with the skills, who is supported with venture capital investment, not collateral, not a loan, you're taking a risk on him, could be the next Mark Zuckerberg. Because innovation is not about where you live. Innovation is what is up there, yeah, and what the environment is for you. So, Your Excellency, that's another step that you can take. When you talk about collaboration with state governments, even with the network operators who are here today, what they're saying is that if you do these things for them, make it easy to build infrastructure, what they will do is that when you give them right of way, they will build you passive infrastructure to every single secondary school, every single primary school that is within a kilometer of their right of way, free of charge. That means that your schools, your universities, your technical colleges can all be connected if you sign this MOU. We will use the USP funds to support you. The TV white spaces, we use the USP funds to actually deploy devices into schools. And I know that some schools in Bayelsa have benefited from that already. So we can partner together. Laptops, tablets, internet connectivity. We do this for areas that we see are unserved or underserved. I mean, you can partner with the USPF fund. If you bring in a bit of money, these are subsidy funds. So if you bring in some money, we bring in some money, you can actually accelerate the kind of things that you're trying to do. So I hope this has helped in terms of the 1, 2, 3 steps that you need to take.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, about the right of way waiver, I can, even without consulting my finance and economic team, waive 50% of it right now. Right away. Thank you very much. Yes, and Ebinimi, my special advisor, will follow up on all of this. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for that interaction, Your Excellency. Solid things. I said he was a man in a hurry. I wasn't joking. Right now, you saw significant commitments from His Excellency. His Excellency Joseph Habineza, the High Commissioner from Rwanda. As I said, I've been to Kigali. They're talking about Bayelsa as a sort of a hotbed for technology, Silicon Bayelsa. In Kigali, you're making the entire city Wi-Fi free, as I recall, yes? You're already doing that. Please stand up and tell us about some of the things that are happening that we can adopt here in Bayelsa, please.
Yeah, thank you. Another vision that we had is the ICT in Rwanda. And first of all, about education, we have 1 laptop per child. There is this De La Ponte. He makes these laptops which cost like $200. So the government purchased and we give free to students. There is an American, but I can get his contact and give it to you. They have this project. They give free. Well, it's not very expensive, but it's very useful. And now all the kids are computer literate. So as you said, we have put fiber optic. The whole country. The whole country, yes. And as you said, it's mandatory we worked with telecom companies so that Wi-Fi is free. So you go anywhere, just you connect and you do business.
But we must point out that Rwanda is a much smaller country than Nigeria. What's the population of Rwanda?
12 million.
12 million people in the whole of Rwanda. So we're looking at Rwanda as if it is...
But very small, small land, 26,000 kilometers square.
What are you doing for businesses then? I mean, ICT, are you getting businesses ICT ready in Rwanda?
Yes, we attracted many, like Google is in Rwanda, Facebook is in Rwanda. They are partnering with our ministry. And I told the minister that in Rwanda, ICT and youth is one ministry. Ministry of Youth and ICT. So that we really encourage youth to use ICT. And we built a whole, like a building, and give to all ICT companies who want to work there to stay in one place so they can share everything. Yes. Thanks.
So they're all under one roof. So then they start to interact with each other, and new businesses start to sprout out because it's proximity, close proximity to each other. Very clever. Very, very clever. Okay, the former Minister for Science and Technology for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Isong, is here somewhere, and I know that he wants to ask a question. Sorry about that. That is to announce you, so wake everybody up.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to welcome my Minister of Communication and Technology to Bayelsa State, and to say that we are all here to welcome you. Your Excellency, you raised some very important issues. To me, the most fundamental issue is connectivity. How do we connect Bayelsa State? And Your Excellency and Honorable Minister and other panel members, I have good news for you. The good news is that it's possible now to connect Bayelsa on satellite broadband. And we have already done it on ground. So it's not a matter of being in the mail. For the past 1.5 years, we connected the Federal University of